Well, good afternoon, Vicarage fans. This is Pastor Jay again in the woods of the Vicarage. I'm just loving coming out here on a daily basis and putting up and making a new video here among the trees and among the bushes. I'm standing by a wild patch of tiger lilies that are just coming through that I didn't know about here on the Vicarage property. And that's because in the last couple of years I haven't been able to spend much time on the property of the Vicarage because I've been so busy with the work of ministry. And this year with the pandemic and the shut-in, I've been able to spend a whole lot more time. And this has helped me to really begin to change the way I think about life and to begin to consider what the Vicarage is going to be going forward and who I am going to be going forward. And that's been a wonderful time of introspection. It's been a wonderful time of learning and discovering, and I'm excited to share that with everyone here. Today's post is called Reimagine, Reframe, and Remember. Reimagine, reframe, and remember. I'm going to say that one more time so that we remember the fours. Probably it's just more for me than it is for you. But reimagine, reframe, and remember. I want the Vicarage to be a place that reminds, reimagines, reframes, and remembers. I want it to be a place that helps people to be reminded, to reimagine, to reframe, and to remember. And I want our ministries here at the Vicarage to do the same thing. So what does all that mean? Well, in this time of crisis, one of the things that I want to do and one of the things that I want to be, and one of the things that I want the Vicarage to become is a place that reminds people that there is beauty in the world. There's a lot of ugliness that's going on right now. We see it on Facebook, we see it in so many places, but there's also a lot of beauty. I mean, look at this place. It hasn't even really been cultivated or even in an intuitive way has it been tended to in a long time, but it is absolutely beautiful. I can only imagine what it will become as I begin to spend the time that is necessary to cultivate this beautiful piece of property. So I want to remind people, and I want this place to be a reminder that there is beauty in the world. And I want us, the ministers of the Vicarage, to become people who remind the rest of the world that there is beauty. This is all coming from a series that I've been listening to from an artist, the Thriving Artist Network, and particularly from a professor who did one of the keynote speeches at this seminar. His name is Joel Corey, and he's an artistic director and an artist and a teacher from down south, I believe in Alabama. And so he said, as artists, one of our key roles is to remind people of the beauty that God has created. And so I want to be a reminder, and I want the Vicarage to be a reminder of beauty. Secondly, I want the Vicarage and the people of the Vicarage to be a source of helping people to reimagine the culture. You know, our culture has suffered a lot in the last 40 years or so. There's been a lot of advances, and there's also been a lot of steps back. We are not less violent than we were 50 years ago. We are not more healed. We are not more advanced. We are not smarter than we were 50 years ago. There's been an increase of knowledge, but I don't see a whole lot of use of that knowledge in the world. I see a running away from the knowledge that we've gained. But it doesn't have to be that way. And if there are sources or centers or nexuses of reimagining how the culture can be, then I want to be one of those. I want the vicarage to be one of those places. So I want to be somebody who reminds the world of beauty and who helps the culture to reimagine itself. Third, I want to be a person who helps people to reframe reality. We have a couple of very strong realities that are running like major threads. I wouldn't even call them threads. They're more like ropes or giant chains running through the center of our culture right now. And one set of chains or one set of ropes says, this is reality, and the other one is almost diametrically opposed to it and says, this is reality. And the two ropes, the two threads, the two chains, whatever you want to call them, they almost never meet anywhere in the middle anymore. I think that what the world needs now is places and people who will help our culture reframe its reality. Not to make up a new set of facts, but to gain to help us as people gain a perception of each other where maybe in certain cases we can all be right. Maybe if we just shift our viewpoint a little bit and start thinking about how other people see things. And as an artist, as a pastor, I want to begin to help people see through other people's eyes in a way that maybe will bring understanding of why people think the way they do. So I want the vicarage to be a place of reminder. I want it to be a place of reimagination. I want it to be a place of reframing reality. And finally, I want the vicarage to be a place where we remember to laugh. One of the things that seems to have left our culture is its sense of humor. Everybody is taking themselves so seriously today. And in that, we tend to think that everything around us is serious. Well, I said to my boss one day, I walked into church, and it was right before service, and I said, is there anything that I need to know that's really important before we start service today? And he says, oh, Pastor Jay, it's all important. And I looked at him and I said, Pastor Dan, it can't all be important. Not everything is important. And it's okay for certain things not to be important. And it's okay for certain things to be funny. So I want to leave you with a couple of jokes. And I'm going to throw these jokes out at you. And I hope that you like them. You're free to take them. They're not mine anyway. But this one is one that I love. My son tells me all the time when he starts telling jokes. It's his opening joke all the time. Hey, Dad, what's brown and sticky? A stick. And this is my daughter's favorite jokes. One of my daughter's favorite jokes. How do mountains see? They peak. Well, you have a great day, and be blessed. Be blessed, and make your own life a place of, and your own home a place of reminder, a place of reimagination, a place of reframing, and a place where you remember to laugh. God bless. Bye-bye now.